I've been traveling with the doc, but only just for a minute. We arrived on the spot and quickly became the victims of a mental assault. Strange aliens attacking his brain to make it stop. Asked me to keep him chatting it. Gave him a focus so he could start to battle him. He started babbling about all the people he met traveling. I didn't know so many more came before me, and in his rough state he began to tell the stories. First his granddaughter Susan loved what he was doing, even when the Time Lords refused him. Even when he stole a capsule to get in some travel, she went with him. That old man would need some humanoid companionship, and the kid got more than he bargained when he parked in a junkyard on Earth. Susan got followed her teachers, wanted to speak to her guardian, but then it only got worse for Chatterton and Barbara. Now on a journey through time and space, hated them at the start, but Earthlings grew on him. He knew Sue was in love with one, so he left her behind. Who wouldn't want the best for the granddaughter? That was a trend starter. Meet folks, lose folks, rescue them from slaughter. Like Vicky or Steven Taylor, stow away on the TARDIS. Conflicts with aliens would get some of them in real danger. Sarah Kingdom aged to an early death was our next. Katarina kidnapped and blown out an airlock. How long have I got? Shook my head and ignored the thought. Meeting people didn't stop anyway. Dodo sneeze nearly killed the human race. Ben and Polly saw him regenerate to a newer face. Victoria say from Daleks, an unlikely pair, you could say, of astrophysicist genius and the warrior that came from Scotland circa 1746. That was Zoe and Jamie, forced to forget the trips after Doc got caught by his people again. That was a trend, forced regeneration and left to fend for himself on Earth. He just went to work for UNIT, a task force overqualified to do it. In charge was the Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart. Liz Shaw on the science, Joe Grant got into it thanks to Daddy pulling strings, but proved herself when things got hellish. Won't regret it cause the planet got defended on a weekly basis. Into Sarah Jane Smith, the brave investigative journalist, one of his favorites. Harry Sullivan came a few times but faced it. He wasn't really up for the unpredictable changes in life, and Sarah Jane was forbidden to go with him to his home. Wasn't for long that he traveled alone. Met the 17 tribe warrior named Leela. Put a knife to your neck if you ever displease her, but she just stayed behind with K9 on Gallifrey, and she was safe, so that's fine. He made the Mark II, then forced to talk to the White Guardian and get a new partner too. Romana Devora Trelundar, subpar time lady at the start, but proved to have the smarts to find the key to time. In time she had the heart for adventure that led them to E-Space, where she stayed aground. They found a boy named Adric, a stowaway. Continue with him, meant Nissa and Tegan to know the weight of loss, to lose an aunt, a father, entire home planet, and Adric on a ship that crashed into Earth in the past. This act wiped out the dinosaurs. Can't cross your timeline to see people you might have lost. That would rip a hole in the space-time continuum. Braveheart, Tegan, they all got on and continued with adventures. The venture became too much eventually. Nissa left to heal the sick Tegan to save her sanity, but not before Turlo arrived. Alien working for the Black Guardian as a spy. There seemed to be a theme, chameleon and android taken over by the master for evil schemes. Turlo repented, went back to his people. Chameleon accepted that he'd never be free, so he asked to be dropped. Got stopped from kidnapping a young botany student with a very odd accent by the name of Perry, wearing very low scoop tops. Melanie was almost the opposite cause she knew lots. Always had a sunny disposition and a photographic memory. If you ever need something blown to smithereens, best call on Ace, but don't ever call her Dorothy. Called him the professor while Grace called him abnormal. She had no idea when she was operating on him. He had two hearts, nearly stopped his regeneration, but played a huge part in stopping Armageddon. But he couldn't stop forgetting what he did for what seemed like a lot of years, maybe 9. Then he said the name Rose. When I tried to find out more about her, he just said another time, another place. Adam Mitchell was a waste, better off with Captain Jack despite his flirting ways set to maximum. Mickey finally came cause he was jealous of the action when Rose was away, but he lost all of them in accident. Too much to explain. Martha Jones first got trapped in a hospital on the moon, but pretty soon she was traveling with the doc. He told me of an alt timeline when the master had nearly killed them all, but she acted with the utmost of courage just to save him, her fam, and the whole planet. She stayed, he left to hang with a temp from Chiswick who was more than she insisted she was, because simply she was to become the most important person in the universe. Stop the Daleks but at a price, forget it or lose the rest of her life. Her mind would burn so the doc had to block the trauma. She never knew that aliens would be singing about Donna. This drama proved to be too much, he needed a break. Despite meeting Astrid or Wilfred or Jackson Lake, or meeting Lady Christina D'Souza or Adelaide on Mars. Had a little problem there playing God, new star. Made Amy Pond the girl who waited too long, nearly lost her husband to the past and her daughter to the future. Then there was Dr. River Song, had romance in reverse, knew all about him while he grew to fall in love. Sadly that's not enough, angels would stop the run of good luck with Amy and Rory. Sent back to the past, this changes the story of the whole life. They were trapped but together so they made it through alright, but wrong for the doc who was lost and distraught till he came across a girl of impossibilities. Burnt chocolate souffle and stories carried in a leaf, and then a little later he met me.